Tonight, a report on the Moses Lake City Council's decision to allow residents to have chickens, and the 13th District lawmakers are hosting a town hall next week. What's happening in sports, Bob?
The running Vikes take over first place in the East Region standings, and the Moses Lake girls match up with Chihuahua in regional round ball action. Let's take a quick peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, Chassel here at the Weather Center. Dry conditions for much of our states, but another system will approach the area, bringing that threat of showers and even mountain snow. I'll have more details for you very soon.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A new gas station and convenience store is being built in Moses Lake by the Confederated Tribes at the Colville Reservation. People involved in the project spoke to the Moses Lake City Council on Tuesday night. Colville Fuels plans to construct the truck stop on 9.25-acre property at the southwest corner of South Wanapum Drive and West Lakeshore Drive. The 11,000 square foot building will include two fueling areas, one for semi-trucks and one for passenger vehicles. Colville Fuels Director Nathan Moulton said the company wants to be a good neighbor with the surrounding community. The company is planning to follow a similar procedure it did in other communities and meet with the Chamber of Commerce, the Economic Development Council, and the public. Boeing's newest commercial airliner is currently undergoing flight testing in Moses Lake, and the Grant County International Airport continues to play a key role in flight testing. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
With spring fast approaching, the Grant County International Airport welcomed a new arrival from Boeing earlier this week. The 737 MAX is Boeing's newest commercial airliner and is currently undergoing flight testing for FAA certification. Boeing officials say the plane is designed to be up to 20% more fuel efficient than current aircraft, which in turn means lower airfare costs for passengers. Port of Moses Lake Director of Facilities and Operations Rich Mueller talked about how companies like Boeing have utilized Grant County International in designing new aircraft.
Well, Boeing's certainly been our longest-term customer with regards to flight test and flight certification. And I do believe that we've really found our niche in that here over the last few years, and that does tell that Mitsubishi has decided to test their brand new aircraft out here. So we look forward to having Boeing here every day of the week like they have been, and when Mitsubishi gets here later this year, then they tell us they're going to be flying every day of the week as well. Unfortunately, our airport is large enough and the airspace around us that will accommodate both of those flight activities for now and into the foreseeable future. The Air Force will continue to fly their new tanker out here as well, so we look forward to seeing them in the air. And fortunately, we've got great controllers out there that manage to keep all three rings of the circus up in the air and going, so it's a great place to be right now.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
Moses Lake residents are able to have chickens. The City Council approved the final reading of an ordinance allowing city residents to keep 4 of the animals. The ordinance allows people to keep up to 4 hens per single-family residential lot. The animals must be kept in a coop, hen house, or a mobile coop, providing each animal at least 4 square feet per hen. People wanting to keep the animals need to pay a $10 license fee and allow the city to inspect the coop. The City Council was examining the issue of allowing chickens for more than a year. It followed requests from Moses Lake resident Laura Loltz to change the rules. Moses Lake resident Julie Hodgson questions a section in the proposed ordinance allowing the city to enter the property to check on how the chickens were being kept. City Attorney Catherine Kennison said the property owner would need to volunteer to allow the city to inspect the chicken coop as part of agreeing to a license. Ephrata High School is going back to the 1980s with their spring musical Footloose for 3 nights next week. The show plays March 3rd through the 5th, starting at 7 p.m. at the high school's Performing Arts Center. Jose Lopez plays Red McCormick, a streetwise Chicago kid who finds himself butting heads with a small-town preacher who's outlawed dancing. When she sets her sights on Ren, her boyfriend tries to sabotage his reputation in front of the town's locals who want to believe the worst in the new kid. The story that emerges is a father longing for the son he lost and a young man coming to terms with the father who walked out on him. The play is directed by Randy Johnston, with musical direction by Cecilia Couture and choreography by Rachel Dowd. Reserved seating tickets are $12. Adult tickets are $10. They are on sale on Go and Postal in Ephrata or at the door. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Now for your iFIBER 1 News Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez bringing you your local weather. This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Changes are on the way for much of our state due to another frontal system that will approach the area by tomorrow into this weekend. In the meantime, for tonight, we're expecting mostly clear skies, winds from the north. Those temperatures a little bit cooler, but they remain above the normal for this time of year. Friday into early Saturday, chances of rain for much of our state, especially along the coastal area for the morning commute. Taking a closer look at the almanac within the past 24 hours, we started off with temperatures above the normal in the lower 30s, definitely not as cold as that record low around this time of year of -1, and that was in 1993. Maximum temperatures in the lower 50s above the normal for this time of year, and our sunset was at 5:37 p.m. Moses Lake, very similar. Temperatures this morning in the upper 20s, slightly above the normal for this time of year, and maximum temperatures above the normal in the lower 50s. Record high for this time of year of 62 degrees. Right now, outside your door, we're expecting mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the upper 40s, and those winds pushing through from the northeast pretty calmly up to 7 miles per hour. Dry conditions, clear skies, but increasing cloud cover is expected, especially through the morning, through the overnight hours along the coastal area, and then through the morning hours, that threat of precipitation around 3 p.m. Heavy rainfall may be likely with that possibility of thunderstorms, and all that moisture will continue increasing towards the east. So around after school, around 3 p.m. and then around 5 p.m. for your evening commute out of work, you expect that threat of showers and thunderstorms along Long Beach towards Seattle, and then all that moisture will continue shifting along the Cascades, bringing that threat of showers and some mixture of rain and snow, and lots of moisture is expected Friday overnight into Saturday morning. Maximum temperatures for the coastal area ranging from the lower 50s to upper 50s. Lots of cloud cover along the coastal area, and that threat of showers, heavy rainfall at times towards the Yakima Valley in the upper 50s, and along our Columbia Basin. Maximum temperatures ranging from the lower 50s to upper 50s For Bridgeport, 51 degrees maximum temperature for Friday afternoon, and for Moses Lake, temperatures in the upper 50s. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at our extended forecast for the week. Rain soon returning for our area Friday into Saturday. There is a slight chance of precipitation. The threat is likely towards western parts of our states. We'll be right back with sports.
Whether you're looking for a bigger car to support your growing family, a new truck for your business, or something to pull that toy of yours, we've got you covered at Barry Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Ephrata. Come see us today and learn why your family, friends, and neighbors buy their cars at Barry. On Basin Street for more than 35 years, and with locations in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, we are one great place to buy a car. Call or click 754-2411 or barrysaves.com.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalents to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
Number 2 ranked Moses Lake takes on Chihuahua in a first-round regional out-loser game at Big Bend Community College Friday night. The action tips off at 8. The contest is a matchup of familiar foes who met in the 4th game of the regular season that had the Chiefs come out on the front end of a 76-55 score. It was the most points surrendered in a game by Moses Lake this year. The Riverhawks like to penetrate the key for close-in shots, so the Chiefs will need to come up big on D and stay out of foul trouble to have success in the game. Brady Hodgkins is the main focus for the Chiefs. She laid 35 points on Richland in a 67-57 win last Saturday to knock the Bombers out of the postseason. The Chiefs will counter with senior Jessie Louetta, who averages 19.5 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals per game, and sophomores Jamie Louetta, who hits for 14 points, and Abby Rathman, who averages 9.5 points and pulls down 8.5 rebounds each time she steps out on the hardwood. A win over Chihuahua will move Moses Lake to 23-0 on the season and send the Chiefs back to the big dance at Tacoma for the 3rd straight year. The 23-0 Elmira Cooley Heartline boys got past Welpinit 42-36 to advance to a first-round loser-out contest with Liberty Christian. The game will be played at Big Bend Community College Friday. Tip-off is 6 p.m. The ACH girls finished as the number 2 seed to regionals and will match up with Intiat Saturday at Eastmont High in East Wenatchee. The game is scheduled for a 4 p.m. start. Warden matches up with Lynn Richville Sprague at Mount Spokane High School Saturday morning at 10 a.m. The Cougars drop the title game to Brewster and enters regional play as the number 2 seed. A win over the Broncos will send Warden to the big state dance at the Spokane Arena for the first time in school history. The Running Vikes blew past the Knights 100-76 at Wenatchee Valley College last night. The win moves Big Bend to 12-1 on the season and into sole possession of first in the East Conference standings after Spokane was beat by the Yaks 102-92 in Yakima. Riker Pierce led 4 Running Vikes in double figures with 29 points. J.J. Eli hit for 20. Moga Lado added 15. Keyshawn Liggins finished with 14. Big Bend hung 60 first-half points on the board and then cruised to his 3rd win in as many games. The Running Vikes hold a 1-game lead over Spokane, which comes to town Saturday for the final regular season tilt and the NWAC Game of the Week. A win over the Sasquatch will send Big Bend to regional play as the number 1 seed. Win or lose, the Running Vikes will host a first-round game March the 5th. The Lady Vikings have thrown in the towel in an embarrassing 65-26 effort at Wenatchee. Big Bend's shooting woes continued, with the team hitting for 20% from the field, 18% from three-point range, and just 30% from the charity stripe. No players hit for double figures in the contest. Mackenzie Winley was the top scorer for the Lady Vikings with 5 points. Big Bend falls to 3-10 and closes out the season Saturday against Spokane. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. And the patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Our spotlight story tonight is about an Ephrata minister hoping to help the homeless through a new organization. Reporter Cameron Probert has the story.
Ephrata minister is hoping to start a new organization to help the homeless and others in the community. Jerome Bonneville with St. John's Episcopal Church in Ephrata is starting an organization he calls Project Lazarus, named after the man resurrected by Jesus.
We're going to try to resurrect people from hopelessness, loss in our community, the very marginalized, those who are homeless, who are hungry, who are unemployed, people who possibly are drug addicts, or alcoholism, abuse, neglect. And they come in all sizes and shapes and forms.
The pastor said he wants to reach out to any group in need, from the young to the old. He's hoping to make the project a community partnership where people can be helped to find the various public and private resources they need to become productive members of society. The idea is to make a central non-profit organization for people to come to when they need help. One of the groups that he's looking at are people being released from the jail who often don't have anywhere to turn rather than back to other criminals.
If we had a mentoring system that met them, showed them and helped guide them possibly to resources, to a more positive community, and to reassure them that there are people in this community who love them, who have hope for them, and help them regain their own hope, their own sense of hope in their future.
Pastor said he wants to intervene in people's lives before they become stuck in the same cycles.
I have personal experience with people who are homeless, people who have been addicted to hardcore drugs such as meth and heroin and everything else. I've helped them get into counseling. I've helped families get out of homelessness, into homes, into jobs, becoming viable citizens of our community. That's a success story I love to tell because it can be done.
Bonneville said if all the congregations join together and form a central organization, they can do more good for more people. Right now, various churches duplicate work and aren't able to do as much to help people.
You know, some of this is really simple type of stuff and really isn't that costly. It's just utilizing what's already in place, but organizing it so that we are actually answering the need and not double doing everything.
Project Lazarus presently has a steering committee made up of 4 Ephrata pastors and 3 concerned citizens. He's looking to recruit people from Ephrata and Soap Lake who can help and provide resources to others who need help.
You know, use what we have. We all have great gifts. We just need to realize them, own them, and offer them up.
Anyone interested in the project can contact Bonneville at 509-398-3301. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
We'll be right back after this.
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Welcome back. Washington's 13th District lawmakers are hosting a telephone town hall on Monday. Senator Judy Warnick, Representative Tom Dent, and Representative Matt Manueller are available for questions at 6 p.m. on February 29th for about an hour. The program is similar to a call-in radio show where people can call and ask questions over the phone. To participate in the town hall, call 509-895-5003. To ask a question during the call, people can press the star key on their phone. There are 135 homeless people in Grant County. 38 were children. The Housing Authority of Grant County recently released the results of its annual point-in-time count. 47 volunteers traveled through the county in late January looking for homeless people. Volunteers found 135 people living outside in vehicles or in abandoned buildings. The count represented an increase of 4 people compared to last year. The homeless included 97 adults and 38 children. The majority of the homeless people were counted in Moses Lake and Mattawa. Stephanie Bonwell, the Housing Authority's Homeless Programs Manager, said she is never sure how many homeless people the volunteers are going to find each year. The Royal School District is interviewing 5 candidates vying to be the new superintendent. The school district is working to hire a successor for Rosemary Search. Her contract was not renewed and expires in July. The 5 candidates are meeting with district officials for initial interviews in early March. The group is narrowed to 2 or 3 final candidates who face another round of interviews in mid-March. The board stated they expect to make a final decision at the end of March. The candidates are Roger Trail, Andrew Perkins, Jim Busy, Pete Perez, and Timothy Bronk. Royal School Board Michael Knopfel says he's optimistic about the discussions he'll be having with all the candidates. In Northwest news, a 10-year-old girl died after she pushed 2 other children out of harm's way from a runaway SUV on Monday. For CNN, Steve Fioria spoke to the parents who are now calling the little girl a hero.
There were flowers, balloons, a candle, and a teddy bear near the spot where Kira Larson was killed. 10 years old, she saved the lives of 2 little friends before she was run over.
She saved both of my daughter's lives. These are my 2 kids that I have, and both of them could have been gone in an instant. She stepped in and took over and did what she knows best to do, and that's to protect those around her.
Cradled in their parents' arms, Addison and Emma have scratches from being pushed out of harm's way.
She was a big sister to them. She was always looking out for them. And apparently she would give her life for my kids.
The Mercedes SUV was parked on a slope. Investigators don't know how it got into neutral and began to roll.
The kids were up in the yard playing when the car started rolling. Kira pushed the 2 little ones out of the way. The car grabbed her and pushed through the fence, wound up all the way down there. That's where she was pinned.
Kira was a 4th grader at Blossom Valley Elementary, where grief counselors have been assigned through the end of the week. Neighbors are brokenhearted too.
Very sweet little girl. She was best friends with my daughter, and it's very sad what happened, but she was loved by everybody.
She is truly a hero, and she will forever be my kid's guardian angel.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.